This is Jason Cappuccino of Sashes&Scripts, and welcome back to my channel where you get relevant news and updates as well as fearless views on issues related to pageantry. For today's video, we will be talking about 5 ladies who we thought should have been sent to international competitions. They are the ones that got away list. For context, we will be only narrowing the ladies from the years 2010 to 2020 for this video. First on the list is Binibining Pilipinas 2018 first runner-up, Vickie Rushton. Vickie is one of the most recognizable faces in pageantry, having been a former Mutya ng Pilipinas winner and found fame in Pinoy Big Brother several years back. Now, Vickie is said to be one of the girls na isa sa mga paborito ng Miss International Organization, kung kaya naurong ang age limit ng international pageant, allegedly dahil gusto nila na makasali si Vickie sa kanilang patimpala. This of course is just plain rumor. Although hindi mo rin maalis na pwede siyang maging isa sa mga possibility na manalong Miss International dahil nga sa very coincidental yung pag-urong ng age ng patimpalak just to supposedly accommodate Vickie. Vickie is one of those girls na hindi lang maganda ang kaanyuan, na hindi lang maganda ang mukha, kundi maganda yung kalooban. Because among the girls that, the Binibining Pilipinas candidates, I should say, that nakasalamuhan namin in person, isa siya dun sa pinaka accommodating, isa sa pinaka grounded at mabait makitungo sa kapwa na candidates. And I think that is one of the reasons kung bakit mahal na mahal siya ng mga pageant fans. And it is a common thinking ng mga pageant fans na siya yung isa sa pinakasayang when it comes to international pageants dahil she could have guaranteed for the Philippines the 7th Miss International title. And hindi rin natin maaalis yung thinking na ito dahil karamihan sa mga pageant fans is parating pinopoint out yung pagiging swak ni Vickie sa molde ng Miss International. Pretty face, maamong mukha, hindi lang maganda yung attitude, kundi very accommodating, very pristine yung image niya sa mga tao. And aside from that, she has also mentioned in one of our past conversations with her during the time that she was still a candidate ng Binibining Pilipinas that ever since she joined Binibini, she actually wanted to get the Miss International title. And it's just sayang lang na during her final year for joining the pageant is nagkaroon tayo ng pandemic, which later on became a catalyst in making the pageant being moved a year later, and which rendered Vickie ineligible for the title simply because of her age. Vickie, I believe, is one of those girls na napaka-genuine, napaka-authentic, napaka-totoong tao. And makikita mo ito sa advocacy niya, which is something that is really close to her heart. She is an advocate for the well-being of people with Down syndrome. And we all know that her brother has Down syndrome himself. So I believe that Vickie would have been a great representative in the international pageant. We want na sana nabigyan siya ng pagkakataon na makakompete internationally. Next on the list, we have Lorraine Kendrickson, who was Miss World Philippines first runner-up in 2014. Lorraine Kendrickson is from Dumaguete. She stands 5'7", and she is one of those candidates na ang amo-amo at ang ganda-ganda ng mukha, ang ganda ng katawan, at higit sa lahat, hindi siya yung tipong candidate na during the 2014 Miss World Philippines competition, hindi siya nagpatinag sa favorite for the crown, which eventually went to Valerie Whiteman. And what I like about Lorraine Kendrickson was that she fought a very very tough battle, and hindi siya yung tipong nag-give up just because there is someone who is already considered to be the front runner for the title. She gave her best, and she gave Valerie, a run for the money. She gave her a tough competition for the crown, and we would have loved if Lorraine Kendrickson would have crossed over to Binibining Pilipinas a year or two later, because we thought that she is one of those girls na tipong kapag isinabak mo sa international competition, mananalo at mananalo siya. Whether it's the crown, whether it's a top 5, a runner-up placement, or a top 10 placement, she would give the Philippines, I believe, pride because she's just simply that gorgeous. And other than that, magaling magsalita si Lorraine. She's articulate. She has a very commercial face, definitely. And ang ganda din kasi yung kanyang overall na aura. This is something na alam mong babagay at babagay either sa Miss World or sa Miss International na competition. We've hoped na sana a year after or 2 years after sumabak ulit siya sa isang local pageant, whether it's Miss World Philippines or in Binibining Pilipinas, because we would have wanted her, with a national title. Currently, she's married, and I think she's very happy with her life, and she's very content with her life right now. And we wish that if we can turn back time, we would have placed her in either the Miss International or the Miss World competitions, nang makita din natin yung kakayahan niya as a Filipina representative. Before we continue, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more pageant-related news and updates. Also on the list is Binibining Pilipinas 2019 first runner-up Abesamis, who was later on moved up to the vacated title of Binibining Pilipinas Grand International. The thing with Aya is that ang ganda ng pagkamorena, ang ganda ng katawan, ang ganda ng body proportions niya, and she would have made great strides in any international competition. It just so happened that when she decided to join the pageants, she was at the age where she's basically tethering off the cliff of the ceiling age, and that was what created a disadvantage for her, dahil nung panahon na pwede na sana siyang isabak internationally, yung age niya prohibited her from competing. At age 29 back then, earlier this year in 2021, she's no longer eligible for the Miss Grand International title na na-postpone from 2020 to March of 2021 at age 29. Ang ceiling age kasi ng Miss Grand International was 27, and it just so happened that Binibining Pilipinas second runner-up Abesamis, due to the technicality that she was still 27 in 2020, which she was eligible for the Miss Grand competition, siya ngayon yung ipinadala. My regret, or rather one of my disappointments in the Binibining Pilipinas 2019 pageants was that alam naman natin na si Aya is a performer, and alam naman natin that Samantha Lo is more of a speaker. I would have loved if they just switched the titles and had Samantha Lo as a runner-up para she has time to hone her pasarela, to hone her performance skills, para si Aya, sorry, para si Aya nabigyan ng pagkakataon na lumaban at mag-compete internationally because I believe Aya would have been a better choice over Samantha Low to compete in Miss Grand in 2019 simply because Aya has a very fluid pasarela. She knows that the ramp is her domain and she would have made great strides na naipasok niya ang Pilipinas in the semifinalists. It also didn't work that allegedly, the Miss Grand International Pageant prefers Morena beauties over the Mestiza beauties when it comes to Filipino representatives. And doon tayo medyo nagkaroon ng disconnect na sana si Aya nga na lang ang nailaban natin. And who knows, she might have even given everyone else a run for the title because when it comes to when it comes to performance, yun yung tinitignan at binibigyan ng mas malaking weight ng Miss Grand International na competition. And then of course, we have Binibining Pilipinas first runner-up 2017, Charmaine Elima in the list. Now the thing is, there's this story na she would have been the first Filipina Miss Grand International had it been that she was given the title in 2017 or she joined in 2018. Kasi there's a story na noong tapos na yung pageant and nagkataon na nagkasabay-sabay si Charmaine Elima with her team in Binibining Pilipinas. Nakasabay nila si Uncle Nawat sa elevator. And then doon sa mismong elevator binanggit daw di umano ni Uncle na he would have wanted Charmaine to join next year so that she would be competing for the Miss Grand International title and that he wanted him for Miss Grand. And marami ang nakapagpasabi nito, marami nagpapatunay ng kwentong ito. Even the owner of Sash Factor, Nailari Elima, na narinig nga niya yung exchange ng conversation na yon. And hindi rin kataka-taka that magustuhan niya si Charmaine because Charmaine is one of those ladies who is ethnically ambiguous na hindi mo madaling ma-pinpoint kung ano yung nationality niya just by looking at her. She can look, African, she can look Latina, she can look Asian depending on how she is styled. And just for clarification, Charmaine is 100% pure Pinay. And she just has those, amazing jawline, high cheekbones, ang ganda ng ilong at mata, maganda yung proportions ng mukha niya. Although she's only around 5'7", 5'6" in height, maganda kasi yung proportions ng balikat at ng upper torso niya. And she looks very, very even ang skin tone niya mula ulo hanggang paa. And that's one of the things na I think nagustuhan ng pageant owner sa kanya. And my only hope was that bumalik sana siya a year or two after because she would have been one of the Binibining Pilipinas titleist. And what I also like about Charmaine is that with her face, hindi mo siya pwedeng i-ignore at the international level. Especially bihira yung ganyang kagandang Pinay na very international yung appeal na tipong there's this actually a story when we went to Okada after the Miss Universe party. There was this Miss Universe after party that we were invited to as special guests. And lahat ng mga foreigner na lalaki who was in that party kept on looking at her habang kasama ko siya, because I was chaperoning her that night, and we were able to introduce her with Paula Shugart and several officials of the Miss Universe organization, and people were really looking at her. And even Madam Stella, she was able to see her in that party, and doon mo makikita na ito yung tipong pang international caliber na ganda. And we would have loved for her to, or we would have loved to see her in an international competition, simply because isa siya dun sa mga sayang ang pagkakataon, because she would have really made the Philippines proud had she worked harder in securing the title. For the last lady in our list, we have Alaiza Flor Malinao, who is, I would say, had one of those strongest national pageant campaigns that I've ever saw in recent years. The way that she crafted her story, the way that she crafted her strategies for the pageant is something that every national title holder or national pageant girl would want to emulate. And if you're looking at her pageant campaign and dissect it for the things that she was able to do, from the national costume, from her choice of the evening gown, to how she campaigned and tied up her advocacy with her story, with her backstory, with her social media, you would see that this is one of the most flawless, if not the most flawless campaigns at the national level. And what she did was she crafted a story, her Provinciana story, as the centerpiece of her national campaign. She was not afraid to speak in the dialect, in the language that she is comfortable with. She was not afraid to be kikay, to be quirky, to show her personality. She's not afraid to show that she is the quintessential Provinciana, but at the same time has consistently given us great visuals, great performances throughout the competition. Isa siya doon sa mga super pulido ang lakad, ang presentation at the ramp, at the stage. And then isa din siya yung mga tipong gusto mong makagaanan ng loob dahil napakatotoo niyang tao. And she's not the very alta girl that most pageant queens are associated with, but she's very grounded and down to earth. What she did on social media is one of the strongest national campaigns that any pageant girl could have copied. Naitali niya yung pagiging laking probinsya niya with her advocacy for farmers' welfare, for their rights and for their protection, and how she managed to tie up her modeling background with her wardrobe, with her evening gown and national costumes. It was one of the strongest, if not one of the most memorable campaigns that we ever saw in a competition. And nagawa din niya na ipagmalaki yung identity niya sa Filipina on stage by wearing a very simple white terno that made her stand out among the rest of the candidates, to the point na kapag sinabi mong national gowns that are memorable in the Philippines, isa siya doon sa mga unang-una mong maiisip sa listahan. And that is what Alaiza did for the nationals at Miss Universe Philippines 2020. Sayang lang na hanggang top 16 lang ang inabot niya, and she would have made, she should have made top 5 in my opinion. And kung nagkataon na isa siya sa mga pinadala natin sa Miss Universe, hindi tayo mapapahiya. Dahil alam ko na ilalaban niya yung corona. And she's the type of person that I believe na hindi tayo mapapahiya because she will capture everyone with her very grounded, her very down-to-earth na personality. And kaya niyang makipagsabayan kahit sa sinong Latina na performer because she's simply that good on stage. So that's it for this list of the ones that got away. Sino sa tingin nyo yung mga ladies na pwede pa sana nating ilagay sa listahang ito? Comment it down on the comment section below. And don't forget again to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And let's see each other in the next video. Take care always and see you again soon. Bye-bye.